Hey everybody, welcome back to microbeerreviews.com. Tonight from New Belgium. This was a beer that I stumbled upon. I didn't read about it. It's a special release. It's called Oakspire. It's a bourbon barrel ale with collaboration with Knob Creek, one of the very delicious bourbons out there. It's 9% ABVs. IBUs are only 20. It's got nugget and what they call HBC 472 hops, one of their experimentals. Um, they used over 4,000 barrels from Knob Creek to make this, which is mind blowing. But again, it's one of those things where it's kind of like a one shot deal. It's got pale Munich caramel, 80 rye, and roasted barley malts. Um, there's a really cool video on New Belgium's website talking about the collaboration with Knob Creek. I highly recommend you go watch it. It's worth 4 minutes of your time. Um, so again, what they're trying to do is, again, this bourbon barrel age just continues to grow. They were smart here. You know, they could have gone with Maker's Mark or Jack Daniels or whatnot. But they went with Knob Creek, which everybody knows really well. They're trying to get a strong bourbon whiskey vanilla aroma out of this. With a sweetness and bitterness that essentially complement each other. And that's hard to do because some of the bourbon barrel aged beers are extremely bourbon-y. Some you can't even tell they've been in bourbon barrels. They're usually too really extreme. And then at the same time, you're trying to give a strong beer character that can be just kind of confused with some of the bourbon barrel beers. So, I mean, New Belgium, they started this whole trend, moved from the West Coast to the East Coast. I have not had this yet. I have not cheated. I bought a 6-pack of it it wasn't that bad. I want to say it was like $16 or $17 for the 6-pack. But as you can see here, I know the lighting's not great. It's a kind of a copper amberish color, very, very, very filtered, nothing floating around. Just a little bit of carbonation. There's not a lot of head on it, and there's not a lot of bubbles coming up, and they're very small. So, ooh, it's different. Um, Definitely can smell a little bit of bourbon, a lot of vanilla, a little bit of what I'll call kind of sugary, kind of almost toffee notes. That's about it. It's kind of so I would call this a kind of a thin aroma. It's there, but it's not that exciting. It's just like it is what I just told you. So hopefully it tastes better. Cheers. Let's get in the glass. Mm. Mm. Taste is much better. It's sweet. Front of the palate, it's malty. It's a little bit roasty. It definitely has a caramel-ish, and then it kind of hits you with a much more sugary toffee, bourbon, coffee, vanilla, um, maybe even some like chocolate. It's good. It's different. The finish is really cool. It's kind of thin in its presentation. It just kind of dissipates real fast. Um, I wanted to like this more. I definitely can taste the bourbon side of it to the point of it's subtle, but it's enough to know that it was brewed in bourbon barrels. I'm struggling with this one. I probably wouldn't buy this again. It's just not that exciting. So, I mean, New Belgium pleases the masses, right? Fat tires everywhere. They've got a bazillion beers out now. I remember when all they had was Fat Tire, and it was only in Colorado, and you had to fly it back in your snowboarding boots. But, I mean, they've definitely come a long way. I mean, again, I rate New Belgium very with a parallel to Sierra Nevada. They're really trying hard to please a lot of people. They want to sell a high volume of beer. I mean, it's good, it's different. Introducing somebody to a bourbon barrel aged beer, great idea. It's just not. It doesn't have anything extremely exciting on any end for me to want to really buy it again. And I really wanted to say that I would, but I rate my beers to 1 to 5. 3 is if I buy it again. I'd probably give this like a 2.5. Glad I tried it. I'm not gonna get overly excited about the other ones. Might give them away, might slug them down, but it's just I'm struggling with this one if you can't tell. It's just not that exciting. So let me know if I'm totally out of line here. Leave comments on our YouTube channel and our website. We upload all the time. We appreciate you watching. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel. As always, we'll see you again real soon.